Guys are our future, guys and girls. So you get out and vote. You guys get like-minded youth to vote. We're going to win this thing.
Woo!
We're going to change Washington with these candidates and the local District 2 and the State House. We got the flag up here.
I love it.
California.
Love it, love it, love it.
Okay, so I want to introduce someone who is straight out of high school, soon to go on as a freshman into UCLA. She is a volunteer here with the Harley Rouda campaign. Warm round of applause for Delaney Ivy. And everybody come on in as tight as you can. We want to make it look as close as possible. Great.
We have no microphones, so
Yeah, there we go. Terrific.
Wow, this is so cool, you guys. My name's Delaney. Yeah, I interned for the Harley Rouda campaign. It's been a really big honor to put this together, and I appreciate all of you guys coming out here. So I just have a couple words. When we began brainstorming for this event, I had big dreams. I thought about guest celebrities in a crowd so big that it would fill up this entire park. But looking out at all of you today, I'm realizing that famous people and big numbers don't matter. This is my vision. This is a grassroots movement. This is empowerment, this is bravery, this is community. And what we all have in common is that we're young and we're tired of being talked over. We're tired of being told that we don't have a place in politics because we clearly do. Some of the most competitive elections, including this one, in California's 48th district, are in our hands. If anyone has the power to create great change right here and right now, it's us. My parents have always been traditionally conservative. They didn't take an issue with our representative Dana Rohrabacher until 2012, when 26 people, including 20 first graders, were shot dead at Sandy Hook Elementary School. My mom, a former 6th grade teacher, was terrified. She knew she had to do something for the safety of her children in the public school system, so she emailed Representative Rohrabacher like any concerned parent should do. Nothing. Another mass shooting happened and she emailed him again. Then another mass shooting happened and she emailed him again. She emailed him again and again and again. Nothing. Finally, after months of emails and even phone calls, she got a response. He told her that he didn't want his constituents to have to complete more paperwork. Therefore, he didn't support common sense gun control reform. But as a parent and educator, my mom felt differently. And as a student having to undergo active shooter drills and learn in classrooms with covered windows and locked doors, I felt differently. When my mom told me about Dana's reply, I got angry. I felt like Dana was not doing what a representative is supposed to do: listen to constituents and act accordingly. I'm going to college now. It's been 6 years and nothing has changed. There have been 290 school shootings since Sandy Hook, and nothing has changed. I'm sure a lot of you share this sentiment with me. I've had enough. It's not just gun control. I've had enough with the racism, the misogyny, the xenophobia, the homophobia, and the bigotry in our government. I've had enough with the denial of science and straight up facts. And I've had enough with the lies and the cover-ups. And when I speak up about things, I'm tired of being told that my age invalidates my opinion. I am young, but I deserve to be listened to. Our generation is plagued by a double standard. We're labeled as lazy, but when we do voice our opinions, we're seen as inexperienced. It's about time that we're taken seriously and seen for who we truly are. Hardworking, brave, united, scrappy, determined, optimistic, true Americans. We are the antonym to Dana Rohrabacher. He is apathetic, we are empathetic. He is complacent, we are compassionate. When he refuses, we appeal. When he goes backward, we go forward. When he turns a blind eye and fails to see the underrepresented people in our district, we will make noise until he can hear us instead. A young people's movement has already started in the face of the 2018 midterm elections. And today, we're taking that movement a step further. Young people were at the forefront during the civil rights movement. They were at the forefront during the Vietnam War. And we will be at the forefront once again as we work together to get out the vote and turn the House of Representatives blue. Thank you for coming out today. Thank you for taking your time to give back actively to your community and do good in this world. I hope that this can be an empowering experience for you that you carry all the way to November 6th. Thank you.
We just don't stand on the stage, we just stand in front. Okay. So that's how we'll comply, okay? Yep.
All right, well, Harley, so yeah, we have a whole slew of candidates coming up to introduce themselves to you. We're going to start with Marty Salgado. He's running as a candidate for the Huntington Beach Union High School District.
Thank you so much. I may not be tall, but I have enough energy for everybody, okay? So first of all, I want to say thank you to all of you and Delaney and Harley's team for bringing the candidates out here because this is truly...
Guys, it's great that you're out here. Are you fired up? Ready to go knock on doors? Yeah. You guys can be the change you want to see. We've seen it all across the country in election after election. When young people get out and vote, we win. Barack Obama talks about when we vote, we win. I had the pleasure to see him yesterday, and let me tell you, that was really cool. And I'll tell you why it was cool. It was so refreshing to have a message of hope and opportunity, talking about what America can be, talking about how bringing us together, all of our mass diversity, to march as one towards a better America, versus the current man in the White House who talks in tweet tantrums every single morning, who talks about tearing our country apart, about pitting Americans against Americans. That is not what we stand for. What we stand for is bringing ourselves together because we know our country is better when we work together. And as Cotty said, our young adults have the greatest opportunity to do that. I'm the father of 4 young adults in their 20s. And I know that the issues that are important to them are important to you. But that's not the case with our current congressman. Our current congressman, Dana Rohrabacher, I can tell you his position on the environment. He doesn't believe in climate change. I do. We're not going to talk about that. I could talk about his position on not addressing gun violence in America and actually going as far as saying that our kids in school should be trained and armed as a way to protect our schools, but I'm not going to talk about that. I could talk about how he actually said that home sellers should not have to sell their homes to gay and lesbians if they don't want to, but I'm not going to talk about that. I'm not going to talk about his record in Congress in 30 years, passing just 3 bills, most recently 14 years ago. I'm not going to talk about that. And I'm not going to talk about his record of not serving the constituents of the 48th district. What I want to talk about is what he just said about 10 days ago. On Fox News, he went on the news with the anchor and talked about how Jeff Sessions should resign because he's not loyal to Donald Trump. Now, folks, as the Attorney General, you don't take an oath to the President of the United States. You take an oath to the Constitution of the United States of America. That starts off with "we the people." We the people means all the people. That is what our President should be doing. That is what our Attorney General is trying to do. And that's what I will do when I get to Washington, is represent all of the people. And I'm proud to be able to be here with you guys. I'm so excited you guys are going out to talk and knock on doors. And I'll tell you why that is so important. You guys know we have a jungle primary. And you know we had 16 people on our ballot. And there's only 2 that advanced. And I'm one of 2 that advanced. Now the other guy that advanced obviously is Dana Rohrabacher, who only got 30% of the vote, which means 70% of the people who voted, what? Wanted somebody besides Dana Rohrabacher. That shows you how bad that was. That was the worst performance of any incumbent in the entire state of California. Oh. But I won by 125 votes over the next person out of 175,000 votes casted. So let's think about that for a second. How important is it when you guys knock on doors? How important is it when you make phone calls? How important is it when you send postcards? How important is it when you do social media tweets and retweets? And How important is it when you just talk to your friends and your neighbors about getting out and vote? It's imperative. That's what makes our country great, is when folks like you get out and vote. And the last thing I'll share with you is an example. In Virginia, Virginia does their state legislature and their governors on odd years. So in 2015 to 2017, big change. In 2017, they flipped that state from historically very red to blue. And they did it because of the youth vote. The youth vote, to put it in perspective, in 2017 came out twice as much as they did in 2014. In 2014, it was a pretty close split between Democrat and Republican, but in 2017 it was 2-to-1 Democrats over Republicans. It's proof that if you want to change America to what you believe in, if you want the issues that you want to fight for, then do what Barack Obama has said repeatedly. We win when we vote. Thanks, guys. Get out there and knock on some doors. Where's Will? Will, come on up here. This is the president of the Young Democrats for California, correct? Yeah. Great to have you here. Thanks.
Oh my God. Hey everybody, my name is Will Rodriguez Kennedy. I'm president of the California Young Democrats. You know, I'm also a Marine veteran, right? Yeah. What I say at the door is, who's going to shut their door on a Marine veteran, right? So here's the deal. Like,